Hi, everybody. Once again, Accu-Stats Video Productions is most proud to welcome all of you to the 2017 Make It Happen 8-Ball Invitational. Thank you very much. Well, this is day number 4 of our first go-around in our double Make It Happen event. It's championship day, and we're going to find that out at 9:30 tonight. In the meantime, we still got 6 of the best in the world to compete in the Make It Happen round-robin 8-ball format, playing race to 10 games, with the winner of each match getting $1,000. We're coming to you live, as we always do, right here in the Aramuth-Simonis Arena at the home of Accu-Stats Sandcastle Billiards in Edison, New Jersey. We have the best equipment in the industry, as we always do. Diamond Billiard Products has provided us with a beautiful Pro-Am table. Simonis gave us 860 Tour Blue cloth and Aramuth balls. It's the best we have, and we want to thank those companies for their support of the Make It Happen series throughout the years. We're going to finish up today with our 8-ball, and then we sure hope you'll all start to join us again tomorrow. We're going to have 4 days of straight pool for you with the same 6 champions playing in the same format. We'll tell you more about that as the day goes along. However, back to business. The issue is still in doubt as to who's going into the championship round tonight. We do know one competitor. Our commentators will tell you all about that, but the opponent is undetermined, so let's find that out right now. Before we do, one more thank you to each and every one of you out there. Thank you for your loyalty, support, and devotion to Accu-Stats over the years, and to all of you that have come here, of course, as part of our great Make It Happen family to watch us live in person. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for the 11th time you've made it happen. Okay, let's get underway with the first match on the final day. This will be match number 13. Our first player from Glasgow, Scotland, is a 2-time member of Team Europe's Mosconi Cup, and he'll be battling it out with his current opponent here in just a few short weeks. He's also a former Make It Happen 8-ball champion, and he is the newly crowned, reigning, and now defending U.S. Open 9-ball champion, sponsored by Miyuchi and DigiCube by OB. It's Eagle Eye, Jayson Shaw. And from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 11 times now he'll be representing Team USA on the Mosconi Cup. He's a 5-time Billiards Digest Player of the Year, and he's got 5 of something else. They're called US Open 9-ball crowns. Sponsored by the USA Pool League and by Q-Tech, ladies and gentlemen, the South Dakota Kid, Shane Van Boening. All right, thank you very much. Your official timekeeper is Miss Julie Ha, and I'm going to send it over to the booth to our great host this week, U.S. Open champ Jeremy Jones, and to our own Hall of Famer, Danny DiLiberto. Go ahead, Jay.
Well, thank you, Kenny, and welcome again, everyone, to the 2017 Make It Happen 8-Ball Invitational. We're here in Edison, New Jersey. I'm Jeremy Jones with Accu-Stat Video Productions, joined by Hall of Famer Danny DiLiberto. Hello, Danny. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Good, good. Just a quick review. We're playing Pro 8-Ball. We're playing take what you make, meaning if you make a solid on the break, you must shoot solids. We have a 45-second shot clock. We're racing to 10, alternate the break. And another rule that always throws a little element of surprise on the break is the 8 does count on the break. Interesting. We start off with what looks to be just a greatly important match to determine.
Right.
Who
We
gets in
were
the final.
talking about this when we weren't on the air, but now we got to let you people know it, that if Jayson wins this match, he's in the finals tonight. If he loses, then we're going to have to wait for another match to see who does it. And Pillar's still got a chance, and Okola has a chance. So anyway, it's still in doubt.
And they only have a chance, talking about Dennis and Joshua, is if Jayson loses. Now, if Jayson loses, he's out of the running for the final. He'll end up with a 2-3 record. And consequently, when Filler and Dennis play later, one of those guys have to have a 3-2 record. But this all stems from a lopsided loss by Joshua Filler last night, losing 10-3, and that really put Jayson Shaw in the driver's seat to control his own destiny here. Watch out for the scratch. Ooh.
I want to say one other thing here, because this match for Van Boening doesn't mean he could still get in the finals, but he's trying. It means $1,000 and pride.
Oh, absolutely.
So he wants to win.
Absolutely, and just as Kenny had talked about in the opening, these two will be facing each other in one of the biggest events in pool just not a few weeks from now, and so mentally this may play a little role.
Yeah, they'll be competing against each other in the Moscone Cup in Vegas.
That's right.
A couple of weeks.
And, depending on the play, the captains have a lot of decisions come that Moscone Cup. But you never know. These two could meet for the cup. It comes down to the end. You're going to pick not only what you might consider your two best players, but the two that have been in the best form.
Yeah, one of them might be MVP in that tournament.
That's right. And I'll tell you another funny thing, and then you got to tip your hat to Jayson. Jayson started off this event 0-2, and now just grinding it out and really during those matches not giving up, knowing how important those games won are, even in the losses. So pretty impressive to have himself in position to where he controls his own destiny to get to the final here.
Well, we know what a competitor he is. He just won the U.S. Open a couple weeks ago.
Great shot there. He needs the 4 to get out of the way, though. Oh, look at this. He's got a bank on the 10 and with a big pocket on the 1, Danny.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, and if he hits it with enough speed, I think he can clear the 1 to open the 8, and he can hold for the 12 in the side maybe if he doesn't have enough angle to get up on the 12 in the same pocket. Oh, he hit it too good. He hit it too good. He wanted to make it off the 1.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that happens, huh,
That would
Danny?
have opened the 8. There is no bank on the 8 except the long bank.
No, you're going to have to see some type of trick shot, I think, on the 8. I'm not sure he can even get positioned to maybe follow the 1 in with the 8. The 1 looks a little off angle,
But it
right?
is. You can't do it. If they were straight in and the 1 a little deeper in the hole, you could have played 8 right through the 1, but I don't think it plays.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he can set up to maybe, this is crazy, I know, but he's going to have to fall forward and go for a long rail bank, right, Danny?
Right, that's what I thought, but he didn't do it. But anyway, we talked about it earlier.
Is he going to double bank this and try and remove the 1 with the cue ball?
I don't think it double banks. The English will pull it backwards. I don't think it'll be uniform.
I think
he tried it.
Yeah, I like that shot. Oh, it sure looked like the shot to me. I mean, as far as for where he was sitting.
He made a good effort, but now we talked about it. In 8-ball, if you don't get all the way out, you're in trouble.
Yeah, and that only gets that only becomes even more so true as the level of play goes up. You talk about these guys.
Yeah, these are the best in the world. But see what's going to happen? He made the 7 high balls, didn't have a shot on the 8, although he almost invented one. But now he's going to sleep in the street.
Yeah, and really huge. Well, he got a little distance here, but that should be still not a problem. And really huge opening, considering that Shane broke the balls here in the first game as well. We've seen all the players pretty much at times struggle on the break, but for the most part being pretty successful. And what we talked about, this match here could definitely give us our 2 players for the final. And another interesting thing about the lineup today, we'll look at the lineup. We have Shaw and Van Boening obviously starting off first here, and then Filler and Orcullo. But one I'm looking at is Corey Deuel and Appleton at 7 o'clock. And the reason why I say that is Corey's in the final.
Mm-hmm.
So that match at 7 o'clock could really play into a very good thing for Corey or maybe not. You know, like it's nice to play a match right before you have to play the final, you get loose. But what if he struggles?
Well,
What-
you know, the adrenaline is not in right now, you know, because he is in the finals. And you know, without the pressure, the adrenaline is not going to flow. So I don't expect him to play as well as he's been playing. But by the way, while we're talking here, I want to thank some previous supporters. Merrill Denny from Alabama, Marilyn Feedak from Florida, Michael Feedak from Florida, and Mitchell Feedak from Florida. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this shot. This may end up good, and he did a great job right there, but he took a lot of risk coming a few rails trying to fall on this 11 right then. Because if he overruns
yeah.
it, he's in trouble.
He's in a lot of trouble. But you're talking about Van Boening, who's been probably America's best player for almost 10 years.
Yeah, he's got a real small angle on the 15 in the side a little bit later, but that might be the last ball he plays. You wouldn't want to play it last just because the angle's so small. You'd like to get on it. As soon as you get on that 15, you want to knock it out, right? You want to take it out of there, but he's still got a little issues with the 13.
Yeah, you got a little bit on the 50-yard line here.
Yeah, and I'm really trying to figure out how he's going to for sure get to the 13 ball.
Well, I
He
think...
could bump here, I guess.
Yeah.
He's got to bump it with some speed, though. He's got to knock it away quite a bit. He doesn't have
Well, he can bank it to the middle of the table, and then he'll have the sides.
playing the 10 as insurance.
Oh, look at that. He didn't even hit it
Yeah, now he's got to play a bank shot, period.
right now.
Exactly. He's not going to get any better position on that bank shot now. Well, I mean, he could knock the 10 in and come 2 rails to about where he's at now. But if he's sitting good on it now, I agree with Danny. You're going to have to bank it anyways, it looks like.
And position is right there if you make it. But I'm surprised he didn't go into it.
I think he was trying to bump it just ever so slightly, but just missed it. Still favored to make this, that's for sure, but not an easy shot. Oh, he's cutting it.
Oh, he's cutting his wallet. That's what he's cutting. I don't know if it had a full pocket.
No,
That's why we were talking hit it or now bank it.
well, it definitely didn't have a full pocket. That's why he was trying to hit it on the previous shot.
Well, Jayson doesn't mind that at all.
And to win on the first game on Shane's break, and then to break dry and get away with it and have a good chance now to win the second game. You got a little straight here. I'm not sure. Rail first, just come out to the center, right, Danny? If you're a little too straight.
But if he was worried about it, he could have shot the 2 right now. What's this going to do?
Well, if it spins up, it's going to be
it's
okay.
fine. Got to
But
shoot the 4.
And he's got the 1, you know. I mean, you don't want to shoot the 1 from long distance, but what he was thinking is he was always going to have a shot on the 1 if things didn't work out. And both these players, from what I've seen, you'll see a little more cue ball movement playing the game than maybe like Corey or Darren. Like I'd referenced, you'll see he's just got the 1 and 8 here. He'll just have to.
You're going to see a draw stroke here.
Yeah, and we saw a couple of them from Jayson yesterday. They were just awfully impressive.
What a powerful stroke.
Yeah.
Look, he hardly hit it. Look how far the ball drew.
Yeah, his timing is so good, and he rarely ever mishits the cue ball. That's the key. Just really, really solid player. Like I talked about a second ago, Jayson starting off with an 0-2 record, losing on day 1 to Joshua Filler. Then going on and losing to Corey Deuel, which Everyone's lost to Corey so far in day 2.
Corey is 4-0.
Yeah, and then coming back with back to the wall, coming with a 10-9 victory over Darren Appleton early yesterday, and then to finish last night, a 10-8 victory over Dennis Urcullo. And now out to a 2-0 lead.
Well, back to our supporters, which are very important. We couldn't have this event without them. We got Jim Franklin from Maryland, Stan Friedman from New Mexico, Jim Game from Illinois, and my good friend and partner, Carl Galante from Buffalo, New York. Thank you, guys.
He's going to need a shot here because he got kissed to the end rail, and he's got it. He's made one strike. They all go. He's going to have to play short position on a few of them, that's for sure. I'll try to get on that 14 now so I can pick off that 13. Or maybe even get on the 13 first, because the 14 offers easier position to get back down table for these other 3. And there's no reason to be upset because, I mean, really that kind of shot, you need to just look where you want the cue ball a little more, right, Danny?
Right. And back to Shane, he's accustomed to being in finals at tournaments, so he's got to be a little disappointed. But that doesn't mean he's not going to try his heart out here.
Doesn't want to catch this 3 here. Could have bumped the 3 down now where it covered up the pocket for both the 15 and 10, so. Shane playing at a pretty fast pace here, huh, Danny?
Right. I like that. I know the fans like it too, because slow play to me is boring.
Well, I would never call Shane a slow player, but I'm just saying he's playing at a hair faster pace than we're used to seeing.
Maybe it has something to do with the pace that his opponent is playing.
True.
But anyway, back to some more of our supporters. Dave and Magda Galasis, they're here enjoying the event. Mark Gentry of Florida, Bill Gilbert of California, Bob Gipp, North Carolina. Thank you, guys.
And the reason why we commented earlier that Jayson really controls his own destiny is because the tiebreakers, which goes to games 1. And if we look at the total on his 2 losses, he lost 10-8 and 10-7, so he has a total of 15 games won on losses. Dennis Urcullo, on his 2 losses, have won 6 and 8 games, putting the total at 14. And the number that really is really making this unfold right here in this match is Joshua Filler on his 2 losses. He lost 10-3 last night, which gives his total and two losses of 9 games won. So another dry break. Oh, the 6 ball. Wow.
The last ball rolling went in.
Yeah, and really,
I used to hate that.
And really,
for my opponent.
That's huge. I'd like to think he's going to go up and get the 1 right now, but with the 2-3 the way they are, he needs to pay attention to that. And I don't blame him for go ahead and knocking these off. The 1 and the 8 are so available that he can play the 1 last from somewhere around straight in or a little bit of an angle, and it won't be any problem getting on the 8.
He's got the 2 right now.
And that's why he came down here first for the most part, is because he wanted to open up the 2 and 3.
Doesn't take him long.
Yeah, we certainly could have adjusted the shot clock for this match.
Yeah.
We'll let Julie Hall get after that.
Well, look how quick he got this one over.
And it looks to me that Shane's going to have his hands full here, Danny.
Yeah. Well, you got your hands filled with any of these players. You can't snooze or you're going to lose.
That's right. We've had one dry break so far. That was by Jayson in his opening break. He almost had another dry break. The 6 got kissed in just at the last moment in the upper right-hand corner.
And he took advantage of that.
Yeah, but both these guys, they wouldn't have had the success they've had in their careers without, they don't dry break very often, that's for sure. Wow, what a break. What a break. He's made a stripe. And again, like you've seen a lot of times when these guys have made balls on the break, and even when they hadn't, nothing's touching. Nothing's even close to touching each other. So that's going to allow him to usually have a good opportunity to get out. He's got some work, though. You'll see the 9. It may pass the 2. The 14's a nice ball to fall on the backside of the 9 if need be. Well, I'm a little surprised he's not leaving the 11 to get down on them balls, but I would have shot the 15 first and then the 11 dropping down on this 10. The reason why I say that, you'll notice that the 10, 13's okay. And what he's going to do, this is a good pattern, the 13, 10, 14. If he needs to drop behind the back of the 9, he has it. If the 9 goes by the 2, that's okay as well.
He might shoot the 9 in the side right now.
Or the corner, yeah. Come one, yeah, he can come one rail with high left. I mean, high right, excuse me. Well, he kind of punched it a little bit and got a little more angle on the 14 than I would have wanted. Surprised he didn't run the cue ball a little bit more there across the spot.
I think he could roll this in on the pull side and still hold it for the 8.
I think so too, but I've seen that Shane stays away from that rolling the ball softly. Ooh. He had a couple misses this week doing that, and ever since then he's kind of stayed away from it. There's been a few shots in the side that I thought he could hold the ball pretty easily with just a soft touch, but elected to move the cue ball a little more. We're in our final day of the 8-ball. We'll have the finals at 9:30 tonight. Our final match could be determined on the conclusion of this match if Jayson was to go on and win. Otherwise, if Jayson loses here, it will just the tiebreakers will not matter. It will just be between the head-up matchup of Joshua Filler and Dennis Ocullo in our next match. The winner of that would get to the final.
Well, we got another supporter, Bob Githens from New York. He's here watching. I know he's enjoying it. We got Dave Gleason and his son Christopher from Massachusetts. They're here enjoying it. Rick Gray from North Carolina and Tom Grenfell from Washington.
Oh, the cue ball. Whoa. And got 2 kisses. One that looked really bad and then the other one that was a savior. He's made, I think, one of each, and that's what you want.
Ideal.
Yeah, that's what you want in this format.
And they're all open.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't expect to shoot again if I were Van Boening.
He's going to go ahead and play the 9. Just come up softly for the 12. You may end up seeing him go ahead and knock this 11 away as well. Just fall over on the short side. He could draw behind it, but I wouldn't do that because just in case you bumped it. Okay, he's going to save it for later. Not sure exactly why. There's not really a problem dropping down on these other balls, but got a little straight here, and that makes a difference, Danny, because the 7's really cutting him off the perfect straight-in shot on the 10 to get on the 11, so he may have to play the 10 with a little more angle than he wanted. And again, making quick work.
Right, this is the fastest match ever.
I don't know. Luke Salvis one time.
Yeah, he played fast.
He beat me one time at the U.S. Open in 19 minutes. And it felt like it was about 6 minutes, actually, but...
Well, we had Lou Butera, who played pretty fast.
Yeah.
In fact, he played so fast in a 9-ball tournament one time, He shot the 9 and the 7 hung.
I was going to say, I see guys sometimes, like at Luke, I had to slow him down a little bit a couple times. He played so fast that he would break the balls and grab his playing cue while the balls were still rolling and try to get at the 1 before they even settled.
That's worse than my story. Anyway, Richard Guitar from Indiana, thank you. Harry Gwynn from California. Paul Hartman from Florida, and he's here all the way from Florida in the cold weather. He's here. And Chris Hogan from Texas. Thank you, guys.
The 1 ball. He needs the 1. I'll tell you what, the way these two break the balls, I'm saying breaking from the center, you know, we saw 11 breaking runs in a row after 4-4 in a match the other night. I wouldn't doubt if they continue to make a ball on the break, the way they break, the spreads they get, that if we just didn't see the guy that's in the chair on the break, I wouldn't doubt if we never see him get to the table.
Well, good thing for alternate breaks, or that could happen.
I'll tell you another thing. You know, 8 ball's a game that a lot of these guys just came from New York playing it, but a lot of times you're not playing a ton of it through the year. So as you play a few days of it, you're going to play it better as far as the patterns. You're going to get a little more feel of what's going on or what you should be doing or looking for. If you can get at this 7 right here and just draw around the 3. He's got to make sure he carries an angle to the 6 here. He wants to come up for the 8 in the side.
Wow.
He's okay. He got enough.
I know, but I'm saying wow about how quick they're playing.
Yeah, they're playing fast. He'll just punch the ball up in between the 12-11, just past the side. Ooh, if he catches the 11 here, it could be problems. Wow.
Now he's got my favorite shot. Okay, we got a few more we could thank. Tom Jacobellis from North Carolina. Bob Jewett, who writes for Billiard Digest from California. Donnie Kern from Pennsylvania. And Rich Klein from Illinois. Thank you, guys. We couldn't do it without you.
That's right, and we're on a player timeout, and we'll be right back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here with a 4-3 score, Jayson leading. And if you just joined us, we're at the 2017 Make It Happen 8-Ball Invitational in Edison, New Jersey. I'm Jeremy Jones with Accu-Stats Video Productions, joined by Hall of Famer Danny DiLiberto. And Danny, like I said, if they're just joining us, this match, if Jayson can win this match, he'll be in the final. Is it another 6-ball that's going to go? Oh, well.
Well, this is going to get tight, this match.
Yeah, and it makes a big difference here if the 9 goes. If the 9 goes, I mean, still kind of, okay, maybe he's going to look at the solids. I think he's going to go, he's going to got to get to the short side of that 2-ball, huh, Danny?
Oh, yeah, it doesn't go past that ball hanging. But I don't think it's a problem. He could do it right now.
Yeah, and then depending on the angle, he may be able to get into that tight position on the 5. There's a little bit of tight position on that 5-ball now.
Yeah, he didn't get the right angle to get on the 5, but that would be the ball that's the most problem right now. Oh, he has such a stroke. He might have snookered himself on the 5.
And I was wondering if he would look at following down for the short side on the 5 in the side to that left side pocket.
He could have.
I think he was sitting in a pretty nice position on the 2 to follow down, and the way these guys execute, I couldn't see him not doing it. He's trying to get on it again. I think he's perfect.
Yeah, he got there now.
Great shot. Okay, he's going to go.
Play the combination next, I believe.
Yeah, I would go forward. He's coming back for the 1, it looks like. Okay, and the reason why he's doing that is because of the 8. He wants to be underneath the 8, but he could have a little bit of an issue. Now, if the 6 is just dead over the pocket, that makes a big difference. He doesn't have to come all the way down for the combo. he can play short side on the 3 that way.
Yeah, bad stuff can happen here. Well, he's got the 6.
And he needs a little bit of an angle, not much. Just he wants a little bit so he can get off the rail.
Well, he got the little bit much.
I think it's okay. I
Yeah,
think,
the 8 goes up the corner.
yeah, and he could
He'll get it.
he could get for the side as well.
Well, he got perfect.
And we're going to be tied up at 4 games here with Shane breaking. Uh-oh. 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 Oof.
Never a doubt.
Well, I'll tell you, there's been a couple pockets, I thought, the lower left and the upper right, that have hung a lot of balls, but then that upper left is a touch softer, I think.
Yeah, that ball looked like it was going to hang.
He had a nice speed on it to open the pocket, but it did catch a lot of that long rail.
We now have a race to 6. 10 total, of course, but it's 4-4. And I'm so good at math, 4 from 10 is 6.
Every day of the week.
You know that too?
Every day of the week.
Track 9, Shane breaks, 4-4.
Watch the 9 in the side and the 5. That's what he's playing. He made the 9, and he made the cue ball.
Cue ball, yeah.
Wow.
Well, he's good at making that second ball on the side.
Oh, he's incredible. That break has actually been around a lot longer than people think. It's just at SVB, he kind of perfected it, and he's so consistent with it. That's the key with him, his how often he does it.
And now that we're talking about it, people know it's not an accident.
Right. Oh, that's could have done a little better with the cue ball there, but just because he wants to go ahead and get to that 13 and then come back up to play these 3. He wants to be off the rail here, and that's why he was looking at another ball, because he doesn't want to be shooting the 13 with an angle going into the 6.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be off the rail much.
No, and one thing that's going to bode well for him is that 12 ball that's up there, so it's not too far away from the pocket. But I agree with him here. The 13 going into the 6 is really not what he's looking for. So he'll stay above the 13 a little bit. Main thing is not only for these great players, but if you pay attention, these guys really try to leave themselves off the rail. You know, off the rail you can manage with a little angle here and there, no problems. Okay, just got to coast the cue ball up 2 rails for somewhat full on the 11 if possible.
Perfect.
And he wants to stay above the 11, meaning
He's left-handed, so he's not going to have a problem reaching the 13.
Yeah, that last ball Danny's talking about is the 12, but he doesn't want to.
Oh, it's the 12.
Yeah,
okay.
he don't want to get the angle where the cue ball's going towards the 5 and all those, though. So he wants to either stay real full or a little above it, meaning towards the center of the table.
We're going to see the draw stroke.
Just one of the straightest shooters in the world, too, Jayson
Yeah,
Shaw.
I got him the best shot maker in the universe. Forget the world. The universe is bigger.
You're right about that. And I'll tell you what, Shane's up there, too. Shane's a incredible shot maker,
Of
too.
course.
Yeah.
I rate him the greatest player ever. You know that.
Yeah, you told me that day one. And it's been hard for me to argue it. I mean, I think it's a hard argument, period, anyways, just because, sports as well as I do, Danny, it's from one generation to the next, things evolve, the equipment changes, players get better, there's better looks. Players today
of course.
Players today, I think, are probably overall a little healthier than players years ago, just because that's the way things are in today's society. But
That's in all sports.
right.
They got better training methods, better diets.
Right. Much more detailed their lives are, athletes these days. Oh, that's the break he wanted. He added a little more speed that time.
And it worked.
And he's made 2 stripes. So he's going to have some work, but they're doable. If the 13 goes, once he removes the 11 somehow, they're doable. The 15 does go in the lower left, so The opening shot isn't great because he'd like to be a little more full on the 14 to drop on the 15. But what else you going to do, Danny? He might cut this 11 down the rail. The side looks like too small of an angle for me to like.
This is a tough cut, but you're right. You're not going to get a chance to do this.
Otherwise, right?
Right.
I like him cutting the 11 down the rail. Oh, he's banking the 13? Okay. And I'll tell you what, he's going to have to make a couple shots in short position anyway, so I don't mind this.
He doesn't either. Look how perfect he got.
And he got a little straight there.
No, he's got an angle. He's got a bit of an angle.
Does he?
Yes.
Well, he'd certainly like to he doesn't want to get too thin on the 9, that's for sure. Is he punching for the 14?
Yeah, he's good here.
Oh, look at this shot. He needs this to go just a little bit, though. And I think it did.
Looked alive. Yeah, he could roll it and shoot to 15.
And he's going to cheat this just a little bit. Yeah, you see he hit it to the heavy side just a little bit. Great touch.
Perfect. Got to say, Jayson is doing what he has to do to get in the finals.
Oh, that's got to go a little bit, and it's there. Great shot. And I liked what he did on that bank, knowing he's got a tough shot anyways, and the bank really offered him guaranteed position on that 11 down in the corner. If he cuts the 11, you never know. He's probably going to get position, but there were some scratches cross side that were looming, and you never know. You might get a little off angle on something and make it really tough to get out.
Not only did you know and like what he did on the bank, he did.
Yeah.
And he's doing what he has to do. I got a silly question because it doesn't really matter. If you were Corey Duo right now, who would you be pulling for to see who you're going to play?
Well, actually, Corey and I went to dinner last night, and just a small discussion and I told him I wouldn't worry about that if I was him. You know what I mean? Like, he's playing so well. Of course,
he could eat with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he actually bought too. I was fairly impressed. But
Yeah.
anyways, but the real, us being bystanders, who do we think Corey might want to play? We'll see. I mean, he's got wins over everybody, so the win and loss thing has nothing to do with it. Maybe there's a personal preference.
Well, when you're playing as well as he is, you could at least answer that and say, I don't care.
Yeah,
What do you care who you play? Just keep playing good.
The question I asked you to open the match was, how do you feel about him playing right before the final? And I was thinking about it during the player timeout. And even if he plays a little suspect in that match, the good thing about that is players this caliber, they rarely ever play 2 bad matches. So he's going to bump the 11 here, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's got the 3. Yeah. Oh, that's the one he didn't want to do. Go by the 4. He caught it full.
Yeah, he hit it too hard.
He's going to have to play the combo now, right?
Better. Not going to get a chance to do this. He hits combos pretty well, though.
Yeah. Just like all the tough shots, in my mind, when the great players go to make what looks like a tough shot, it's hard for me to bet against him. He needs that to go. He's getting
snookered.
Okay. There was just that one little point that he could have gotten behind the 14 and had a snooker on both the 5 and the 2. Now looking to stretch this lead to 3 games and breaking next. And, I guess if you look at it, I guess you got to think out of the 3 players that have the chance to get to the final with Corey, that being Shaw or Coolio and Feeler, that are mathematically still alive. I guess if I'm in Corey's corner, I want to see him playing Feeler just because Orculio and Shaw have been in the finals so much the last few years. And they've done real well in the finals also. So.
And they're pulling for Van Boening here because if Shaw wins, their game doesn't mean anything except 1,000.
Right.
And bragging rights, that's it.
Track number 12, Jayson breaks, 7-4.
no, and when I commented about who they wanted to play, saying you might want to play filler, and I just go by numbers there. It has nothing to do with him. We've seen him play exceptionally well. Could win any tournament it plays in, it looks like. Okay, he's not getting the consistent reaction all the time on the rack. You'll notice almost every ball's on the right side of the table.
Look how many of the solids are together.
And that, if he can get this 5 ball down, he's only got a little bit of a pocket. And I don't know if he can get at the 4. The one beauty about the 4 is it may cover the pocket on the 11.
I don't know if he's got a pocket.
He's got a little bit of a pocket.
He's looking.
I'm looking right down the barrel, but he doesn't have the entire pocket. And the thing is, he's got to push forward past the 11, probably to gain shape on the 7. He may get short side on the 6 as well. Oh, he's popping it. He's popping it. Watch out for the cue ball off the 6 and scratching. I think he's a little straight for that, but it's close. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't have a full pocket.
And I'll tell you what, if that 11 had gotten a little more funny, he may not have even given up a shot. But the 11 caught the point and held up. Still not an easy one, though, right, Dan?
It's not.
No. On the rail.
Extreme angle here. And when you're on the cushion like that, it's tough to split the cue ball and hit center ball. No problem for Shane. I think he shot that kind of shot a million times.
Yeah, well, I lived in Vegas during bonus ball a few years ago, and I did quite a few tar matches, and I commented on quite a few tar matches, and I'd show up early just to watch Shane practice, just to see what he goes through practicing, and I don't want to give away his secrets, but I learned a lot on certain things.
Why don't you want to give away his secrets?
Well, just the way he works on his timing prior to, there's just a few different kinds of shots he'll shoot several different ways to try and really make sure his timing is good before he starts a match.
Yeah, the people out there want to hear his secrets.
Well, I kind of have to show you, but he runs he shoots the ball a few shots where he's on the rail to make sure he's not overhitting the ball. He's hitting the ball real clean, and then he shoots. You know, I was talking about the shot running the ball down the rail.
Yeah.
How important it is. He'll shoot that 40 or 50 times, maybe more, just in different ways to make sure his timing is good. Make sure he's not under-hitting the ball and over-hitting the ball. Ooh, ooh.
Oh, he trickled that in.
Yeah, that's 2 8 balls that
Wobbled.
that said a little something on the way in, didn't they?
It's like Puckett used to say when Lassiter did that. Say, the balls looked up, saw it was Lassiter, and went in. You know Puckett being from Texas.
Yeah, I fortunately got to hang around with him a little bit. He was from the Dallas area, DFW area, Fort Worth. But the first time I laid my eyes on him, Jersey Reddit told me so much about him. I went right up and introduced myself, and you know what he told me? He said, "Hey kid, you want to be a 9-ball player, huh?" And at that time, I was just a 9-ball player, no one pocket, no nothing, and he said, "Just go in and practice your break about 10 hours a day." He said, "Don't worry about everything else. You'll figure everything else out." He said, "Just practice your break about 10 hours a day." Okay, he's made a stripe here, and again, these two guys, the way the last rack was a little different, but the way these two are breaking the balls, meaning from out in the center, and they have so much power, effortless power, that they don't get many balls tying up. Okay, he's gonna draw back for the 15 here. The 9 goes by the 7. There's a little angle on the 11 in the side, but it's not bad.
And he got the angle to get to that.
He may use the 9 first, I'm not sure. Well, he got the bad angle on the 9 to get to the 11, so that was a mistake. I would have probably just kind of stopped my ball, maybe shoved it for an inch. Should still be okay.
Well, this match is a gunfight.
Yeah, there's no stalling either. Tell you that. Now 7-6. We've played 13 games in 52 minutes. So you're looking at, with a player timeout, you're looking at, what is that, four minutes a game, if I'm correct on my math?
Well, at Turning Stone, Shaw beat Mika 21 minutes. He sent Mika to the bar.
Well, now a lot of pressure on Shaw. I mean, there's pressure out there anyways, and a lot of pride going on. These two are great competitors. But I would say right now at 7-6, considering the circumstances, I think Shaw's heart's beating a little bit faster than Shane's, wouldn't you say, Danny?
I hope so, or else he's not human. But sometimes he doesn't appear human anyway.
That's right. Now, last rack, he got a little bit of a funny break on the balls. They all ended up on one side of the table, so it wasn't the consistent opening like we've seen. Oh, watch the cue ball. I've seen it going a little that side with the top. Sometimes it'll warp right in the side pocket.
It will.
Okay, he's made a solid, and really, again, nothing really tied up. He's got a 7 ball that's a little bit on the side rail that I'm sure he'll take care of pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I think I like. Can't get at the 5 now, but he wants to remove the 5 too to open up the 1. So
The 4 will get him to the 3 eventually.
yeah, but this is an out. Believe it or not, as open as they are and the way they're sitting, though, just one little shot could get him a little funny. He's got a couple things he needs to take care of. Whether he shoots the 2 and then I can't tell if he can shoot the 5 next and then hold the ball for the 1. Otherwise, he may shoot the combination.
Oh, he's shooting a combination, all right. Do you go to the 7 now or wait?
Well, it depends on the combination. It depends on if I know for sure I can come back across and get on the 1. The 1's not going to get away from me. I like going ahead and doing this and then getting on the 1. If the 12 wasn't there, he would shoot the 4-3, then drop on the 7 last. And he still may do so, but he doesn't have much of a path to get from the 3 to the 7 with the 10-15 being there and the 12 cutting off that bottom rail. I still can't fault this route, but he's going to have to play a real nice angle on this 3, and it's probably not going to be too much angle either. You'll see that's what he's looking at. If the 12 wasn't there, there's a lot of room to get to fall to the bottom rail and come up for the 7, but this is definitely some concern.
Right, he might have to just accept the long shot on the 7.
Yeah, he got too straight
He's
here.
on the rail, too.
If he can cheat it just a little bit and get up, the long shot on the 7 shouldn't be a whole lot of a problem, yeah. He would have liked to have gotten a little more just because he doesn't want to shoot the 8 from off angle and being on the rail.
Okay, do you punch it forward and shoot the 8 in the corner, or do you try to draw back, shoot the 8 in the side?
I just get the cue ball off the rails.
Oh, miss. We called it. He had to accept a long shot on the 7. This match is going to get shaky now for Shaw.
Yeah, and it really could end up being out of his hands a little bit, meaning...
Van Boening breaks?
Yes, Van Boening won the lag, and this is the type of situation. The lag matters right from Jump Street, but this is the situation if he gets out here to where the lag can really show up. But he almost didn't get a shot on anything to start right there, I'll tell you that. If that 9 doesn't creep up a little bit more, he's got to come with one.
He's coming with one now. I mean, the 9 is not a gimme, and especially control to the next ball. Watch out. No, he got good.
And in a second, there's not going to be a problem like right now, bumping these balls.
Well, he's got a ball on the 14 right now, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're
He's got
correct.
the angle to do it. perfect. He's got a little angle to get better on the 10 off of this ball.
And he can play the 10 with a little angle if he wants, or if he can punch it over to get full. Okay, and he'll shoot the 15 and either go 2 rails or bounce out 1 rail for the 10 in the side. That's kind of preference there, right, Danny?
Right. I like going forward because it's much easier speed to control.
And that's one shot I think today that I think Simona's cloth helps with that shot, getting it going, that top English. And now that
Sure
one was
does.
pretty easy because he didn't have to strike it too hard. But even when you need to get all the way up to the other side rail, like around the side, the guys today have really mastered that shot. Gets you out of a lot of jams. And now 7-7 with a lot on the line. We talked about it earlier. If Jayson Shaw wins this match, he gets a ticket to the final here at 9:30 tonight to play Corey Deuel. And if Shane wins here, the suspense isn't over. Our second match will determine who gets to the final. That's between Dennis Urculio and Joshua Filler.
So for the tournament excitement, you want Shane to win because the other match means something later.
And we've talked about it. These guys, it means something to these guys, not only financially if they can't make it to the final, but
Bragging rights.
right, just the competitive nature of all these guys. Now he's got to shoot the solids. Does he have the 4 on the side? I think he does.
Well, he's got the 4 in the corner anyway.
Yeah, I'm looking at how he's going to get at the 8, Danny.
Well, that's a year from now.
Yeah, but it's something that he would rather address early if he needs to bump it open a little bit. Like the 9's got it covered up for the upper right-hand corner. I don't think it goes anywhere else. Like the 10's got it cut off to everywhere else, right? So this is he would like to be able to shoot the 2 and come across and bump, but you got to make sure you have something else to shoot at.
And the balls that open the pocket for the 8 are not his group.
Right. Yeah, if you have the stripes, it's much better, but we're playing take what you make. He made 1 solid on the breaks, so. And at this level especially, I think that's definitely the best way to play 8-ball. Is the guys are just too good to play open table on any ball made.
Well, while he's still got insurance balls, he's got to go into the 10.
I think so, and he's got to hit. If he hits the bottom side, that's the problem. The top side, I don't see many problems.
He missed it.
Yeah, and he's not going to like that at all.
Not at all.
And he may not have a shot. He may have just an edge on the 1. I can't quite tell.
I think he could curve it a little and make the 1, but that's
Still.
not going to help him with the 8. He needed to hit that 10 and 8 with that shot. Usually he shoots that good.
Yeah, not only just to open the 8, to hold position. He would have had the 7 in the upper right or
yeah.
the 3 in the side. So now the 15's covering up the 3. He's looking at a cross corner, I think, but still, at the same time, not only does he have to make a great shot here, he's got to produce on the 8, Danny.
Yeah.
So really up against it here, if you ask my opinion.
It's an easier bank if you know that you got the 8 later.
Yeah.
You know, mentally, he doesn't. This is not going to help him with the 8.
What Danny's saying is, for all these guys, they
Great
get
shot.
they get a little more motivated when they know it's a definite winning shot.
Right, that wasn't, but he hit it very well. But he's such a champion.
Yeah, he's got to get shape here.
Does the 7 go by the 9 in the side? I don't think so.
No, I was looking at that a second ago, and that would be huge for him. But he's trying to break it now.
Well, he didn't do that.
Yeah.
Now it's getting worse.
Yeah, what he needs to do is, hey, how can I get a bank on this thing? Is there any way to even get a bank? I think all the banks are covered too, Danny. There's a bank from behind the ball, like banking it long rail where the 15's at, but how does he get positioned there? Oh, I'll tell you what he could do. He's got to cut it to the left pocket, Danny.
Right, and go 3 rails.
And go
at
3
the
rails
10-8.
with a ton of spin, too, because to get low of the 12, hit the side rail, and still get at the 8, you're going to need a lot of spin on that ball.
And the 12 is in the way, even if you hit it good.
Yeah. So he's going to have to draw it a little bit to create the angle to get by and not catch the 12 off the second rail, meaning right side rail. I don't see any future in cutting it to the right pocket.
Does the 8 bank the long way?
I don't think so. It looks to me the 14's in the way. I don't know about what you think.
Oh, he finally hung one up.
Yeah.
That'll be fatal.
Now, in this situation, tournament-style pool, do you take a chance in the run out here? I don't. I don't know. I mean, maybe, I guess. I don't know.
Why not? The 10 goes.
Does it go?
Sure.
Does it for sure, though?
Oh, I'm sure.
If it for sure goes, that makes a difference. But
I think it goes for sure.
what I'm saying, he can't afford to not get out and open the 8 here.
No, you don't have to. I think the 10 goes.
Well, it definitely goes in the upper left. It definitely goes in the upper
Well,
left.
he just looked at it past the 15, too.
Yeah.
It
well,
goes.
If it goes easily that way, you got to try and run out, that's for sure. But I've seen a few times this week where these players, they've passed on taking the best of it, meaning the way the balls
See
lay,
it?
just not taking any chances. Yeah, great shot.
That's why we were talking earlier about the stripes were better, because you could get to the 8 shooting the stripes.
Right.
But, oh, great shot. He needs to win this match so badly, and he got a little roll there that Shaw couldn't do anything with that layout.
And now the 8 in the side to take an 8-7 lead and breaking. If he gets out...
Beyond the hill.
Yeah, if he happens to get out here, he'll get a couple breaks to win the match. If he happens to win this game, he'll definitely control his own destiny. He controls his own destiny from here, as a matter of fact.
But like I said, for the fan interest, you'd rather have Van Boening win this, because the match later with Pillar means more. Means nothing if
Well,
Shaw wins.
yeah, it means nothing according to the final, is what Danny's alluding to. But again, there's a lot of Shaw fans out there also that would love to see him and Corey face off in the final.
Yeah.
So it's just what your personal preference is as far as players. Needs a square hit here, and watch the cue ball have some height. Oh my goodness.
It had a height, all right.
And he's going to look at the solids if the 6 is not a problem. But
Foul on the break, ball in hand behind the head string. Table is open.
Well, at its worst, the 6 banks.
yeah, well, the 6 goes in. It goes in the side. You just got to get a little bit, like around where the 2's at is okay. A little bit off the rail. But one thing he knows about the 6 is there's a good chance he may have to move the 8 ball, which is maybe what he wants to do anyway. It does cut in the side just in case the 6 is moved. He's trying to get on it right now for some reason. And, I mean, I totally don't blame him necessarily, but
He didn't get there. I don't think. Maybe he did. No, he's shooting D4.
well, you'll notice all those stripes around there. If he gets a little angle on this ball where he's got to move the 8, he's got to be really aware of where he's moving it to.
Just get it out in the open so it goes in that corner.
Right, so that's talking
And
about
he's got
moving it 6 or
insurance
8
balls,
inches,
yeah.
right?
Oh, he didn't hit it.
And I kind of like that with the 2 being there. The 8's very cuttable on the side, and you don't have to take much chance at where you're moving it. So here he should just follow forward and play the 7 in the side, or draw back if he doesn't have the angle to go to the bottom rail. Yeah, play the 7 in the side, then you'll fall nice position on the 5 to come around the 14 for the 2. Or he may draw to where, okay. I thought he could go just a little forward and have a little bit of a cut just to come over on the backside of the 14. But nevertheless, he doesn't want to fall straight in on the 2, though. Wants to have a little bit of angle. You always want that cue ball off the rail, huh, Danny?
Well, he got a little bit of an angle. He might have to go forward now. Could he pound this in? Answer yes.
Oh, it's Simona's cloth. You don't have to pound it like it was years ago. Just real clean strikes.
Great out.
And now, as quick as Jayson's future was in his own hands, now he's got to wait for a miss or a mistake.
And we got a race to 2 here.
Yeah, and an unlucky roll or something. And these guys are playing at an incredible pace, 16 games in 68 minutes. And the great thing, and the incredible thing about it to me is without hardly any mistakes, not many mistakes at all.
Perfect match. Both guys playing good. And like we say, this could have very well been a final match.
Absolutely. 2 of the top. I'm not sure exactly what their rankings are now. I know it's changed since the U.S. Open, but got to be 2 of the top 4 in the world right now on the rankings, I'm guessing.
Exactly.
Okay, is this the time for the drive? Oh, same thing.
Uh-oh.
Same pocket, everything.
Well, Shaw has to take advantage now.
Now, he did break dry, so that does make a difference as far as he wouldn't have been shooting, but ball in hand behind the line makes a huge difference getting your pattern the way you want it to go. Okay, he's got a lot of issues, though, Dan.
Oh, right. They're not all open like they've been. He's taking the solids.
That's what I was thinking. If the 6 goes by them balls, you got to shoot the 6 to open the 1. Take care of these 4 most likely on that end of the table, then come down and do your work on the 5, 7, and 3. Oh, he's going to get on it now, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. He'd do a lot. He'd do really well to knock off the 5 and 7 also, right?
Exactly.
Get on the 5 on the side.
He did that.
Now, is he going to just follow to the gap in between the 13-8 to chip the 7 in? Is that what you do, or is he punching?
I don't know.
Is he punching for short side? He's going short side.
Good shot.
And great control.
Good decision.
Now he'll just fall on the 1. You'll notice he doesn't mind being a little bit further away. It's just all about getting real full on that 1. That way you don't have to mess with any of those stripes, meaning the cue ball going into any of those stripes. Now he's just got to make sure he's on the right angle to follow the ball in between the 11-14 off of 1 rail. Is that what you're looking at, Danny?
Yeah, I think he's got that. It's not that full a hit.
Yeah, he doesn't want too much cut on this 2, though. He wants to really get into that side rail as quick as possible. Is he drawn by it? Oh, okay, he's drawn by it. Nothing wrong with that either. Woo.
Especially where they're going to stop. Oh, he's over the top a little.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't run the ball a little bit more there, but hey, can't fault this, that's for sure.
Well, he's on the hill.
And this will be his last break of the match, so. And there's different opinions on that. I was talking to some people the other day. You know, what do you have mentality-wise whenever you're breaking the balls your last time? You know, I used to be the type that would tell myself, don't scratch, don't scratch, don't scratch. You know what I mean? But what I would do from that is I would consequently hit the rack different than I had been doing the entire match. So I got away from that years ago and told myself, I want to hit them even better now. Heck with the scratch. Who cares? You know?
I used to talk when it was breaking, like hill. I'd say, make a ball, make a ball, make a ball. And then I never did. I broke them terribly.
Well, the break's always been a big part of the game, but I think even more so these days. Just because I kind of think the equipment, as good as it is, you know, it's a little easier to run out, right?
This is a big break right here.
Yeah, it's his last break.
Oh, I don't think he made any.
Sure didn't.
Oh, boy.
Sure didn't.
Bad time to turn up dry.
But there's a lot of work out there. I'll tell you that. There's the 11 ball that's funny if you take the stripes. The 15's a little funny if you take the stripes. Obviously, if you're looking at the solids, not only the 3's covered up, but the 1. So we're gonna.
Yeah, they're not sitting real good.
Hard for me to take the solids though. I got to look, and maybe I'm overlooking something, but I think just you got to take the stripes. I thought he might do something like that, but the problem with that is this right here. And if he doesn't have the gap on this 9 ball, he doesn't have a shot. I think he's got the 9. May have to spin it with a little right English. One good thing about that 15 that now is really the only problem is the 10's right there to get good position on it.
The 12 goes in the side.
Oh.
Oh, he hit the 8.
Yeah, I thought he had to spin it, but soft spin it. He had to get around that ball and throw the 9 in a little bit, and I think he thought he was clear. Can't you just shoot the 5 and just barely bump this 3 to the rail and hold for the 7 or the 1, right,
That's
Danny?
it. The only problem there is get the 3
Just
shootable.
You got to don't overhit it though.
Very little. You're only knocking it 3 inches.
Right.
Like that. Perfect.
Great shot.
He's got the 7, so he don't have to really.
Shoot jacked up on the 1, right?
Right.
Yeah, I would rather shoot the 7. They can't take a chance on that being elevated. The 1's got a big pocket, so a little distance on the 1 really isn't a problem. Yeah, I'd like to not wait on the 3 for the last ball myself. I would like to go ahead and get on the 3. What do you think, Danny?
I agree. You can't leave the 3 to get to the 8. A lot could go wrong.
Yeah. Well,
Get rid of that 3 while you have balls you could fall on.
Yeah, and the reason being is that 10 is such a big ball for the proper angle on the 3 to get on the 8. And if the 10 wasn't there, no big deal leaving the 3 for last. And he's going to get so close to the 3 here, he should be okay. Just stop, I think. Okay, he's going to draw it past the 10 instead of punching out. Nothing wrong with that either. Oh, he did punch.
Perfect.
Okay. Jayson Shaw is going to get to the finals to meet Corey Deuel tonight at 9:30.
He played a solid match here.
Yeah, both of them did. A couple of scratches on the break. Not really many misses to speak of. One missed by Jayson. I think one missed by Shane. But an incredible match and gave us a lot of information on what's going to happen tonight at 9:30. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jeremy Jones with Accu-Stats Video Productions, joined by Danny DiLiberto. We'll be back at 2:30 with Fielder and Accu-Stats. Y'all stay tuned.
The future of billiards training is here. Introducing the DigiCue, a small electronic coach that fits inside of a custom rubber housing and attaches to the butt end of any pool, snooker, or carom cue. Simply slide the DigiCue onto the butt end of your cue, push the power button, and then play the game of your choice. The DigiCue constantly monitors your stroke for inconsistencies and gives you immediate feedback by silently vibrating when it detects jab strokes, steering, body English or movement, standing up during your stroke. The DigiCue will force you to bear down on every shot. It will condition you to keep your head and body still during your follow-through, leading to a lasting improvement in the consistency of your stroke. The DigiCue comes in 3 different modes: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Get serious about your game. This is cue training evolved. Can you beat the DigiCue?
Introducing Lucasi Hybrid, a whole new level of performance and technology. A cue with the revolutionary X-Shocks dampening system, eliminating vibration. G5 grip technology for enhanced traction and stability results in maximum cue control. Total sweet spot construction means unmatched power. And the zero flex point ferrule provides dead-on accuracy, giving you the confidence you need in every shot. Lucasi Hybrid, the only cue that matters.